My wife had an affair while she was pregnant. My 30 male wife, 28 female, said she doesn't love me anymore and wanted to end the marriage. Found out she has had 12 plus months affair that started while she was pregnant with our second child. We have been married for 8 years. As the title says, about 6 weeks ago, early June, my wife told me she didn't love me anymore and didn't want to be married to me anymore. I was a bit blindsided, but we haven't been communicated well for a little while. She said I made her feel like I didn't love her anymore. My wife had been going out a fair bit more over the past year or so without me. I broke down and we had a small discussion about it, but didn't really approach the subject too much more than that. About 2 weeks go by with us not talking too much, and she says it again that she's been doing a lot of thinking and she's pretty adamant. We have a 6 month son and a 3 years old daughter. I told her I'd give her some more time to think. I went and stayed with some friends for the working week, still working full time, and then have the kids on the weekend, and my wife would go to her parents' place or be with friends as she doesn't have a place of her own. We are renting. We had been doing these for a few weeks and having some positive discussions. But when it came to swap over with the kids on Friday, she told me she's been talking to another guy for a few weeks and she kissed him when they met up at an event during this past weekend she took the kids to. Even before this point, I didn't hold too much hope of getting back together anyway, so started asking her questions about it all. She met him at the gym, only been talking on social media, and met him once more at a social function. I then said, "What else are you not telling me?" She said nothing else. Later on, she asked me when I would join dating apps as she just wanted me to be happy. She said that she didn't want me to go out with anyone that she knew. I told her if she was leaving me, she doesn't get a say in that anymore. She got really angry at that and shouldn't join anything straight away. Give it time and talk to her when I join anything. I said again, it's not her issue anymore, and I'm going to do what I think is the best for me. She got pretty mad and said that I was just going to have sex with anyone and everyone. I said no, I need time to heal. She said that she didn't believe me and that I would probably be on there tomorrow. She was quite upset by the conversation. I asked her why she was so worried about me talking to other girls she's leaving me. I asked if there was something she wasn't telling me. She said no, but I kept pressing. Finally, she said that she's been cheating on me with a friend of ours since May 2019. Means she would have been approximately 6 weeks pregnant with our son at that point. Many feelings of shock, anger, sadness for me. She said she would go cheat when she says she would be going to the gym in the evenings or when she says she's with other girlfriends. She also said he would come over to our house, have sex in our marital bed, living room, couch, etc. during the working day as he kept different hours sole trader. She said that they were doing it multiple times a week at some points. I feel destroyed. I broke all contact off with this friend, blocked him on all social media, and never want to see or talk to him again. My wife says it was only physical. There was no emotional connection, but it's hard to not think there would have been after so long. I trusted her completely and have only begun to suspect something over the last few months. She's been hiding her phone all the time and had been going out more ever since our son was born. We are officially done now. She cannot be trusted at all. She's a terrific mom, so I'm not worried too much about our kids, and I think we will be able to get into a good co parenting routine. We have been amicable so far and have started to split assets. It is difficult right now with her not having a place to live yet. She's waiting for government benefits as she is unemployed and a stay at home mother. Had a few people say I should kick her out and take full custody until she can provide a place for them to live, but that would just hurt the kids. In some odd way, I have sort of forgiven her already. Still have a special place in my heart for her, the mother of my kids. Gonna take the high road for now. Let her sort herself out so we can be the best parents we can be. I can stay with my friends during the week for at least the foreseeable future. Kicking her out would just make the situation worse. She has already moved on, and I've accepted that she's left our marriage. We'll look for another place to live when the lease on this place runs out in another 6 months. Talking this next little while to heal as well as look after my kids and myself. Found out my wife has an affair. I started snooping, collected the evidence, made photos, and sent it to her affair partner's wife. The story is set in the 80s. I am fresh separated from the Marine Corps and starting a new career in IT. And I met this young lady at work who was in the legal department. I asked her out. It went well, and we started dating. Got engaged about a year later, moved in together, and married a year after that. After about 7 months, I started noticing something off with her. Nothing I could really put my finger on, but our interactions seemed forced. Sex and intimacy were waning as well. This was happening about 3 months after she joined the gym near her new job. I kept asking her what was up, what was wrong, and she insisted that nothing was wrong and nothing was going on. But the loss of intimacy and her sudden loss of libido continued, so I decided to find out what was going on. So the next day, I took the afternoon off and drove to her workplace to see if she was doing what she said she was after work. And guess what? She parked in the gym parking lot, hopped out of her car and into another car with a single person inside. So I followed them to a Model 6. Classy Emirate right down the road. So I snapped a picture of them going into the room with a Polaroid, no less. A pic of his car and license number, and pics when they came out and when they were kissing goodbye in the gym parking lot. Then I drove home. I didn't say a word that night, and the next morning called some friends in the sheriff's department to find out who that tag belonged to. Illegal, I know, but whatever, it sometimes takes. And lo and behold, it belonged to her boss at her new job, her married boss. So little more snooping, and I found his phone number, already had the address from the tags. And I called his wife the next day, who of course didn't believe me at first. I then informed her I had undeniable proof and would she meet me for lunch. And guys, watching her break down after seeing the pictures was almost too hard to bear. Turns out she had discovered she was pregnant with their first less than a week ago. But then she got angry. So she went to the local film processing place and had negatives and prints made from the Polaroid I had taken. So again, I said nothing to my STBX wife at all. I just kept my mouth shut and went to play basketball with some friends. Now here is where I got to have my pity fun with her. She came home from work, and when I asked, said she felt too tired to go to the gym that evening. So we had dinner, and afterwards we had sex. And after we had finished, I just started laughing. I couldn't help myself. When she asked what was so funny, I just pulled out those pictures and threw them down on the bed. Cue the waterworks and begging for forgiveness and swearing it was not what it looked like. I just kept laughing at her and asked her where her boss was today. She said he called in sick. I then informed her that he really called in ducked and informed her that his wife had those very same pictures. And the icing on the cake was when I told her that I had also put copies in her parents' mailbox along with a letter telling them just what had occurred. And her parents were super religious and saw adultery as a grievous sin. What little color she had in her face from crying drained away completely, and she sat dead silent. So I told her to pack her bags and get out. It was my home. Her name wasn't on the deed or mortgage, and then maybe she could stay with her parents. She couldn't stop herself from cheating for a year even, for a dog's sake. But I was rid of her before kids were involved in a divorce court due to the short duration of the marriage. No alimony, no nothing. I did let her keep the car I had been buying for her, but the court ordered she had to refinance the car and re-register it in her name alone. So I have zero empathy for adulterers. They're selfish scum and pretty much deserve whatever bad happens to them. And I got the best revenge of all. I met my current wife about a year later, and we have been together for 32 plus years now. But I wanted to tell my story. I'm dying from metastatic cancer and am near the end. Maybe 6 or so more weeks before things start getting really bad. I got into my brain. So be faithful to your partners. And if you feel you cannot, give them the respect of breaking the relationship off before you betray them and implode their world. They deserve that at the very least. Peace. Edit. I thank each and every one of you who responded. And thank you for the encouraging words here at the end of my life. Love your partners. And tell them every day because you couldn't find yourself where I am on any given day. You people are wonderful. I bid you peace. I just found out that my 36 male wife, 37 female, cheated on me 20 years ago with my best friend, 36 male, whom I've known since childhood just before our wedding. I'm on a throwaway because I don't want my friends or family knowing about this. We have 3 children. I've known my best friend for almost 30 years now. We grew up together, went to the same school, went to the same college. We also have similar interests, and we now jointly own a successful real estate business. Our families are really close, and he's the one guy I can be myself with. He's like a brother. A couple of days ago, my friend's wife told me that she wanted to talk to me. She just told me that my wife cheated on me with my friend just before our marriage. He and his wife were married at that time. She told me that she was mentally broken and she was going to leave him. When I asked her how she knew, she told me that one of our mutual friends told her, but she didn't reveal their identity. I was really shocked and upset. I really hoped that this was an honest mistake. I wanted to confront my wife, but when I told my sister, she told me that I had to meet a lawyer before and try to trick her into signing a post-nup or she would just get away with the divorce settlement. I'm really afraid and don't know what to do. If it was just a mistake, should I be forgiving her? Can we get past this? I really love her and my family, and we have an amazing relationship with my friend and wife. But I really hate them both at this moment, and I really can't imagine why my friend would do this to me. Also, I don't know how this is going to affect our business. Any advice is welcome, guys. Thanks in advance. Update. I just confronted my wife, and the past half hour was a crap storm. I was here just to decide if it was best to ask her or call a lawyer. She cheated on me with him. It went on for a while, but she tells me that she broke it off after we got married. She started crying and told me that she was really stressed and discovering herself. It only made her grow closer to me, and she tells me that my friends, a piece of crap. Honestly, I don't know what to believe anymore. I just told her that if she wants to reconcile, she have to sign something giving up her rights to assets. She agreed and she told me she'd do anything to make up. As one of the comments mentioned, I'm selling my share to my ex-friend and I'll start anew. I hate to admit it, but I am in no position to take a financial hit. My mother is terminally ill and I'm really depressed. I'm not so selfish, but I work so hard to build my own business, and I don't want it going down like this. I'll take time, but she wants us to go to counseling. I know it was years ago, but the wound is fresh for me. I thought I just owed an update because I got some good advice here. Thank you guys, but it wasn't a rumor. Also, sorry guys, I can't replay anymore. I'm just done. Thanks for being there for me.